Dynasty gang, what's good? Back with another video, and as you can tell, it's an echo. I'm in the bathroom. I got my barber's cape on. I don't even know what that's called. But today I'm finally going to give you guys a kind of an in-depth tutorial on me cutting my own hair. Now, you guys know I'm growing back my locks. And stay tuned to the end of this video because, I'm going to put that in a whole nother video. This is just going to be about the haircut. But I'm getting my locks soon. And basically, I'm not going to be cutting it because I'm getting the drop fade locks. Hold on, I got to sneeze. In order to make sure my loctician can grab the most hair possible, I'm not going to be, going too high on my fade. Normally, all I do anyway is just a little temp fade. And I'll just kind of round the backs out. I don't do too much fading because once I get the locks, then I'll know where my hair stops, how much she's going to need, and, all that stuff. So basically, this is going to be a lineup. Small temp fade. If I sound crazy, I'm all congested. All right, gang. Now, what I'm gonna be using today, I'm gonna be using the Babyliss Pro trimmers, the Babyliss Pro clippers. Might need the shavers. We'll see when I get to my face. I'm gonna be using the Whiskey Woods powder. After I'm done. I'm gonna be using this Easy Blade gel to make sure everything's nice and crispy. I'm using this Black Widow blade. Now, all this stuff that I'm using will definitely be in the description down below in my Amazon favorites. If you guys want to check any of this out, it's all down there. I went ahead and sprayed the Andis Cool Care Plus stuff on the clippers. I used the oil, put the oil on there yesterday just to let it go through. Another thing with the oil is the oil just makes sure that the blades are hitting right. They're nice and sharp and all that. That's why I use that. I'm also going to be using my pick out my hair. And that's basically it. Oh, I'm also, you guys already seen it behind me. I have the self-cut system mirror. And for me, that just helps. You guys can see yourselves right there, can't you? Can you see yourself right there? Say what up to yourself. Say what's up, self. Y'all see yourself? Anyway, this helps me get, different angles. I can see behind my hair. I can just see every which way versus just having a mirror having a mirror trying to, trim yourself up, holding it like this and all every which way. This is just a lot easier, a lot better. Shout out to them. I love this thing. A little pricey, but it's worth it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the cut. All right. Okay, so apparently my Babyliss trimmers were not charged. So, the show must go on. So I'm grabbing my Andis T-liners right here. I got them cut for, to keep them cool. These hit too. Don't be confused. I went with the Babyliss just because I wanted the whole set, but these still hit. These are a good backup, and they're corded. They're not the cordless kind. So these we're going to use. Let me go ahead and plug these up. Honestly, these might hit harder than my Babyliss ones because my barber zero gap these for me. If you don't know what zero gap is, that's just when you bring the bottom, the actual cutting blade, you bring it up closer. So there's a less of a gap between this and whatever this back piece is called, the back plate. The back plate is normally what protects your skin from hitting the blade. So it's normally not right up on it. He zero gapped these for me. He also cut this for me. And, they hit harder. So I guess everything happened for a reason. We're going to see. First thing you want to do is you want to create, I told you guys I'm doing that little temp fade, right? So you want to create your first guideline, and I'm just going to start about right here and cut down everything below that, and then you'll see the fade come along. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Can y'all see me? See what I did? And that'll start the fade process. So after you do that, you want to come back with your actual clippers. Now, I'm gonna be saying open and close a lot during this video. So open is where the back plate is far from the blade. Closed is where that cutting blade gets closer. I just wanted to tell you guys the difference between open and closed. So when you hear me say open, half open, closed, you know what I mean. So after you got the spot, you want to go with the blade all the way open. and you want to go up about, I say, a ½ inch. I forgot to mention, when you're doing this, you want to do a flick out motion. That's it, nothing too crazy. You can see where that's the line. You see where I went up some? Always remember to brush off your clippers as you go, because for me, they just cut better when they're cleaner. All right, next step, I'm gonna put on my one guard, and I'm gonna have it closed, and I'm gonna go up a little bit more. Brush it off. See the progress so far? It'll all come together. Now, since I'm not going up too far, you want to take that guard off. Just regular guard, go closed. And this is where you're going to blend in that bald line you created with that first fade you did. Always start below the line you want to blend and then work your way up. Always in a flick out motion. Got this oil on my face too from the clippers. I hate that. Also, use your corners, because if you use the corners of the blade, you're able to, kind of finesse it. It's not such a big chunk that you're taking away right away. Now, usually some people will tell you, oh, you have to go back and you have to put on the half guard and do your clippers halfway and all this. My thing is, if you can get it looking good without all them steps, I say go for it. Like right now, I'm blending with the blade all the way closed, and I don't think I'm gonna have to put that half guard on to make it look good, because once I do the line up and come down, it's all gonna come together crispy anyway. So this is what this side looks like. I'm not finished, but you kind of get the vibes, versus this side looking a little crazy. I like to pick my hair out because I want to see what it's going to look like with me actually wearing it in that style. If I brush it, it'll tend to curl up, you know what I mean? So I'm picking it out. We'll see what I need to do and the detailing I need to do. It's not looking too bad right now. If you're thinking to yourself, man, well, it looks terrible, just wait till I do the lineup, trust me. I am going to open the blade halfway and blend. Yeah, I'll blend my facial hair a little bit right here. I think we're in good shape. All right. I'm gonna do the other side real quick and I'll be back for the lineup, all right? All right, y'all, so the lineup is probably the most important part of the haircut. If you can't ignore my mirror, I gotta clean it. But anyway, the lineup is the most important part. I always want to make sure you got your hair picked or combed out. I guess if you have waves, maybe you could brush it. You know, I was a waver for like, what, a month and some change and decided I missed my locks. So for me, this is, you know, the best way to pick it out. Now, something that a lot of people don't tell you, or I haven't seen at least, is when you're doing a lineup, right? Let me show you my hair. When you're doing a lineup, you see right here, I haven't shaped myself up in probably like over a month. So this is where my natural hair falls. If you want it to be crispy, you can't line yourself up right here. It's almost like you have to push yourself back a little bit. I'm not saying go back here, but you have to get to a point to where, you know, this hair is so thin, you got to get back to maybe about right here to make it super crispy. The same on this side. Can't even get over there, but yeah, same on that side. And I went back to look at some of my old like pictures and stuff to see, you know, over the years, the haircuts and where my hairline was and all this stuff, because when you're doing your own hair, pushing your hairline back is like the number one thing you're nervous about. So for me, I wanted to make sure that where I, you know, line myself up at wasn't nothing crazy, crazier than I've been getting lined up, if that makes sense. I always start in the middle. Then when it comes to the sides over here, you don't want your hairline to be at an angle like this. You see how like the natural hair is kind of just like this? You want to bring it straight, okay? You want a straight up and down hairline. You don't want nothing that's slanted back this way. You don't want nothing that's too slanted this way. Looks worse than this way. This right here just looks, I mean, nobody hairline should, you know, be a 45-degree angle. So you always want it, you know, kind of like this. So what I plan on doing is, instead of lining myself up like this, I plan on bringing it this way. You bring it this way, and then you meet at the top. You bring it, then you meet, all right? And you start off slow. I just did that one line just to be like, okay, make sure I'm still good. I didn't get too crazy, and then you continue. Yeah. Now right here on this, I will brush that a little bit. So far, so good. Y'all see that? Now see right here, I probably could fade up higher if I was going for an afro look or, you know, anything like that. All I wanted to do was just a little temp fade and just make sure the lineup was crispy. I don't want to go too high because of the reason I told y'all. So if you're looking at this, you're like, man, you know, you could blend it better. You can go higher. I'm not trying to do that because I got a better, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing a long game. I'm not trying to mess myself up before I even get locks. Because if you go too high and then when I get my locks, I don't want the pieces on the side to be too thin. Y'all feel me? Okay, so that's the reason why, you know, I'm doing it like this. I wasn't gonna line my beard up, but I think I might as well do it. Trim this down some. So I'll do the other side of my lineup, and then I'll come back and show you guys how I do my beard. Go. Yo, look, I just realized I didn't do an outro for this video. Got so much stuff going on. I apologize, but stay on the lookout for the next video because I'll be explaining why I might not get dreadlocks. All right, stay locked, be blessed, put God first, and the rest is as easy as not killing me on the fact that I didn't show you guys a final haircut update, you know, with cameras and equipment. You know, sometimes technical difficulties happen. All right, gang.